Hey folks, here at Wanda Farm, I'm excited to show you our cattle and give you a little tour how we're raising 100% grass-fed beef to provide a healthier product for us and a healthier lifestyle for the cattle. So the first thing is these guys are waiting patiently and they're ready to be moved into a new paddock of fresh food. So let's move them into a new paddock of grass. Well folks, the cattle dispersed here quickly. They're enjoying their new paddock of feed. We feed them a diverse diet of forages. Forages being legumes and grasses and whatever else nature is providing out here for them to eat. Cattle are very unique in the sense that they are a ruminant. Ruminant means that they have actually a different kind of digestive system, and they have a stomach that allows them to digest forages into energy and protein for their body to use. We as humans, we don't have that same capability, so it's really unique what cattle can do. Inside that stomach, the way they're able to digest all the forages is because of all these microbes that live in it. And all those microbes have a symbiotic relationship in their health and providing them the nutrients they need to live. That brings up a very interesting point. Cattle today on most farms in the US are all fed a grain diet. And the grain actually has a negative impact on the cow's health. You see, what happens is when they consume all that grain and they're not consuming the forages, the plant material that they were made to eat, the pH actually drops in their rumen, in their stomach, and it causes a lot of the microbes to actually die off. And therefore the cow actually feels sick. So when we want to talk about what's healthy for the cow, what is healthy for the cow is living out on the pastures, eating grasses and forages as nature had already provided and intended for them to eat. Here on the farm, we feed our cattle 100% grass-fed diet. And in the winter, when we don't have grass, we feed them hay. I was under the impression years ago too that cattle needed to be fed grain to fatten up, but I've learned now that that's actually fraud. I mean, grain being fed to cattle didn't come about until the last 50 years when you think about it, because that's when we started having the technology and the ability to harvest grain at mass quantities, and then we have such an abundance of it now that they are trying to get rid of it, so they feed it to cattle. So if the majority of the US is producing grain fed beef, where do we find grass fed? Well, unfortunately, here we have so many stores that are labeling and advertising for grass fed beef 100%. Well folks, I would challenge you, look at their label and look at it deeply. Is that company legitimately telling the truth? Because right now, the USDA is not verifying all of these claims, and those claims could be misled. If you look at certain ones of them, it might say that they were fed grain at one point in their life. Another claim that a lot of people have been misled by is organic. When they see the organic sticker label on their package of meat, they might believe, oh, it was probably 100% grass-fed beef. Folks, that's not true either. The USDA organic label is only requiring that they were fed an organic diet. They could have been fed an organic grain at the end of their life. So the take-home point is, if you want to know that you're getting 100% grass-fed beef, you need to know where it's coming from, or you got to do a lot of research to make sure you're buying from a company that is truly providing grass-fed beef. So is grass-fed beef really healthier for me though? Well, a lot of research has come out that grass-fed beef is a lot healthier for us. It shows that it actually increases the fatty acid omega-3 profile, which is vital to our health. So the cattle, not only are they living a healthier life eating a grass-fed diet, but they're also providing a healthier product for us to eat. So this brings me to my last point. And the last point is the cattle are providing an incredible great impact to the land. Here on the farm, they drop something from their rear end. They drop a lot of manure and a lot of urine, and that's actually feeding all of the life in the soil. And that soil then is healthy, and it's able to provide food for the cattle then to eat. It's just an awesome cycle that we already have. Let's just let the cattle live the life that God is already provided here for them. Folks, I'm thankful for you taking the time to see how we're raising our cattle here on the farm and how we're providing healthier beef for our local community, and we're having a positive impact on an environment with our cattle. So until next time, know your farmer and you'll know your food.